Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know.
Oh, Justin, I have something for your dog.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a rowdy. I bought it yesterday. I'm Jim Snow. I'm a retired lieutenant colonel, United States Army, a 27-year veteran. Today's environment, even though I'm retired, I spend a great deal of activities in supporting our veterans and military population and stuff. I've helped endorsed and begin to grow several veteran organizations. I participate within our local Chamber of Commerce and many other organizations across the state.
Observation from the relative safety of at least 1,500 feet. Care must be taken not to fly parallel to tree lines or roads, and not to follow each other. If the ground track of helicopters coincide, they are more apt to attract enemy fire. Low reconnaissance is made at virtual treetop level, making several passes back and forth from different directions. It is a slow and painstaking process to check out an area, and there is the constant danger of enemy ground fire. But this reconnaissance precedes an air mobile assault, and the threat of ambush must be eliminated before the unarmed helicopters arrive.
I would have to say that PTSD is probably the largest obstacle that we see within veteran population. And I really believe that any veteran military member who has participated in a combat operations, I think they have some form of PTSD. I do believe that they can, if it is not too serious, that they can cope with it, and in some areas. Now, I do think that if those that have had extended periods and many activities in the operational area of combat, that PTSD does grow. And I do believe sometimes when they return to the civilian environment, that environment in many cases can actually trigger sometimes of PTSD that they experience.
Awesome.
Yes, I do think so. I think that COVID-19, because of the restrictions and things, many of, particularly the elderly veteran and things, that it can have some financial burden as it is. And I've seen that happen in many cases, like such things as transportation, financial support for the housing and stuff of this nature, and the homeless part of veterans. That does have a tremendous impact, yes.
Wonderful.
See less and less restrictions to the COVID-19 restriction and stuff like that. And I think those, that take the vaccine, they do have an opportunity to share that knowledge and stuff, that freedom of the not masking, not in an outdoor environment and stuff. And then when you're enjoying each other as both have been vaccinated, there should not be any problem at all. And most veterans have had multiple vaccinations and stuff, so I think they take it much better than the civilian population. Well, in some sense, it probably has. You know, like we were talking about the idea of financial assistance. Also, the restriction of not being able to participate in events, participate with other military people, or just the idea of getting together and camaraderie and having coffee and stuff. And with some businesses actually shut down and things, I think that has a great deal of an impact upon their well-being and their mental stability. Yes. I think I've been doing this since 2008, so that's going on 13 years. And the one thing that it has done to the area, not only to the local veteran and military population, but it has done a great deal of service to the community population. So the idea is to bring the relationship better in focus. And it has an impact upon our veteran population because now they understand some of the things that we've created and stuff are there for them. And it gives more importance of what, community parts. And as I always kind of say is now the veteran knows and the community civilians and stuff, when they say thank you for your service, we've kind of brought that to focus. I think, well, now, my background is that I'm an Army brat. My father was served 29 years in the military. I've grown up around the military. I've done, like I said, 27 years. I've been around the military for my whole life almost. And then just the being proud to the idea that you served your country. And I believe that this country is the greatest place in the world because I've been in multiple places around the world and you cannot compare what we have. And I just think that what we have put together, honor the flag, honor our military, honor our first responders, and our people. If you don't like it, this country, you can always move. And I've seen countries where you couldn't leave a country because of the fencing and stuff like that. Well, we're not keeping people in. That's for dang sure. So, okay, yes, I think we